and readily share knowledge gained with those who are to follow.
According to the head of Department of Ghana Psychiatric, Professor Angela Oforiata, established that 18.7% of Ghana population reported to be affected by psychological distress, which calls for Ghana psychology launches for professionals, practitioners, and lay practitioners in order to keep the law and the ethics of the profession.
We lost half a day here, we lost a day here, we lost 2 days there. And on average, when we summed it all up in our research, it added up to a whole 7% of gross domestic product. And in that same survey, 18.7% of our population reported moderate to severe levels of psychological distress. If ever there are peoples who need counselors, it is our world today. Post-lockdown and currently the COVID-19 pandemic and its aftermath have worsened many people's emotional, psychological, and mental well-being. Globally, many adults are found with states of learned helplessness, and young people resort to early sexuality, substance abuse as a means of coping. We also know that suicidal ideation has also increased in general populations around the world. Hence our theme for this year's induction ceremony, emerging diseases and post-COVID-19 psychological well-being. The roles psychologists and counselors play in Ghana and across the world cannot be overemphasized. There is a deep appreciation for the prompt response of our profession in mobilizing to provide psychological services at the start of the pandemic. The Honorable Deputy Minister in his speech acknowledged this. The interventions we provide include alleviating anxieties among citizens of Ghana during the quarantine, before and after people do their tests. Again, their selfless attitudes and passion with which they are providing psychological interventions to the people of Ghana in the midst of this pandemic is truly remarkable. As licensed practitioners, will add up to the economic prosperity of our nation, as well as the health and mental well-being of citizens. Furthermore, many industries have lost and are still losing productivity without the thoughtful input of industrial and organizational psychologists with respect to appropriate reinforcement systems. Also, we have mildly intellectually challenged children and not so mildly intellectually challenged children. And we have learning disordered children who are not assessed and therefore cannot be helped to reach their potential. Are losing the uplifting effects of geniuses who drop out of school because classrooms are too boring and not equipped with educational psychologists. And so these are people who would come up with the next, generation of innovations, of science, of the arts, and they are bored in class. And our children and adults who are made ill by trauma have nowhere to turn to but to prayer camps, where often their very human rights are today. And they are from the various churches who have their counselors. And then there are the professionals, psychologists, psychologists. So we have professional psychologists, lay counselors, paraprofessionals, and psychologist assistants. Basically, it's a ceremony to say we have a list. These people are qualified to give the services for which the license has been given. So that's what this ceremony is about.
What advice are you giving to them?
What am I saying to them? I'm saying to them, we have to keep to the law. The law says to practice as a psychologist, a counselor, paraprofessional, and so on, you have to have a license. And to have a license, you have to train throughout the year. You have to, and then you have to apply to be licensed. You have to keep those rules. As well, you have to keep the ethics of the profession. There are some relationships that are not permitted as a counselor with your counseling. And there are some things you cannot do, like stand there and call yourself a psychologist when you don't have a master's in psychology, or call yourself a counselor when you haven't fulfilled the rules laid down by the law. So we have to stay within the law. So that's what we've been saying. We're also saying, apart from the legal things, keep your heart soft for your patients. Love and care for your patients the way the professions and from the church, what the church asks you to do. But always keep the boundaries so that you don't cross the line and harm the people that you see.
Speaking at the event was the newly inducted psychological practitioners, Mrs. Rebecca Obiubuza Dako, said there's need for psychological practitioners to see the counseling as a necessity in taking care of the life of people living with mental health in Ghana.
As lay counselors, psychologists, para-counselors, and many others that have been registered to be under the Ghana Psychology Council. This is a professional body, and you have to be trained before you can practice as a counselor. And so today we have been inducted to be under this umbrella to ensure that people who seek counseling as a necessity in life to enable them have a personal well-being, take care of their mental health, and all other things that will contribute to their social, mental, and their well-being. In totality, one will have to be healthy. It is not only those who are on the hospital bed that are sick, but as we go in and out, we have so many problems that bothers us. And it is necessary we seek good counsel to help us live well. If we are living well, if we are happy, if we know what we are doing, we can do well to ensure a good nation. We can work well. Families will be good. We can train well. But if we don't have all these and we are traumatized by so many incidents in our day-to-day activities, we cannot function well. And that is why it is necessary to seek good counsel. It's a great day for us as counselors who have come under the umbrella of the Ghana Psychology Council. It is also to help us seek profession and to seek training. Day to day, there are training for we counselors. And so I'm encouraging all of us to be serious with this practice, and so we can learn more to help the society. We have a notion in our society that when we say someone is depressed, someone is traumatized, the person is insane. But no, everybody has challenges, and therefore it is necessary we seek help. It is necessary we take care of ourselves. For us as counselors, we need to take care of ourselves before we can also take care of others. So to everyone, seek good counsel at the appropriate place. Go to the professionals, and then you can have a good counsel. Stigma has always been there, and until we educate the society of all these, they will continue to show a lot of stigma to people who are traumatized, people who have gone through a lot of challenges and don't know where to go. In fact, when we talk of mental health, it entails everything we do. And therefore, we are encouraging people, we encourage everyone to seek help when you are not feeling good, when you are not happy, when you are challenged by the pressures of this world. Don't sit down. And to other people who see many people traumatized, please, you don't have to stigma them. Don't show any form of stigma. Rather give counsel, direct them to the appropriate quarters where they can be guided, where they can be mentored, where they can be given a lot of coaching so they can come out of their predicaments.